So this song, this was heavily voted, maybe because it's the last single, the most recent single I've had released, but this song is one of my favourites. I wrote this song for the Wreck and Ruin album, sitting in a cabin in the Hunter Valley. There's a little cabin out there near this township of Laguna that I found, and I've been going there for a couple of years to write songs, because ever since we had children, you don't really write songs in your house anymore. You know, it's not really the right kind of, it's not conducive to a creative mindset maybe. So I've had this cabin I've been going to, and I wrote all of the Bad Machines album out there. Casey and I went and wrote all of the Wreck and Ruin album there. And now I just go and hang out there. It's really good and don't do anything. It's really good. There's no mobile phone service, there's no internet, no TV, nothing. I really quite like it. And so I went out there. Every time I would just drive out there with a guitar and a bottle of single malt whiskey and write songs. And I was sitting on the back balcony out there one day, and I actually thought maybe I could just stay here and just write songs and not bother about recording them, you know, going back to the real world. I'll just stay here and write songs and sit on this balcony forever. So obviously it was a romantic notion, but I got this song out of it. We could be the talk of the town tonight, carry on my shoes in the morning light. Or we could just stay here a while, wrapped up in the quiet life. We could sail away to Tobago, fly across the Gulf of Mexico. Or we could just stay here a while, wrapped up in the quiet life. Now and then I'm loving the world again. Now being fine, living in the quiet life. We could get a job on the movie screen, smile on the cover of a magazine. Or we could just be man and wife, happy in the quiet life, where the clock don't move so quick, where the water don't make you sick, traffic don't keep you up at night, here in the quiet life. Now and then I'm loving the world again. Now being fine, living in the quiet life. Living in the quiet life, sleeping by firelight. Maybe I can make you smile in the quiet light. We could be the talk of the town tonight. Thanks very much. Okay, so it was actually the most interesting part of this whole exercise of doing this audience-voted set list. I've never done this, I've never done it before, but I've got a lot of friends who are artists and they've done it before. They've done it quite a few times. I had a couple of friends tell me, oh, you should do it, you should get in on it. You know, it's a really cool thing. Your audience pictures your set list and you blah, blah, blah. And so I did that. It was interesting because it forced me to go back and listen to my old records, which I don't do very often. And it was an interesting journey. They bring back lots of memories. Music has an incredibly intrinsic connection to different things like smell, and certain memories can spark. I can listen to a certain song that I recorded in 1998 and I can smell the studio I was in. You know, it's interesting. I love that aspect of music, how you can connect it to things. But anyway, back to the point of this was that these friends were telling me to do it. I went back and listened to my old music, and some of it's just so cringeworthy. But I guess that's part of a career. I certainly don't regret any of it. You know, it's just part of your. It's part of what you do. You know, it's like any parents here. Yeah, it's like having kids, right? Some of them are good, some aren't so great. But, you know, it's all part of being a parent. You just take the good ones with the bad ones. You've all got your favourites and you know it.
Need to know it.
So, interestingly enough, I found it really difficult to go back and listen to all these old records. But the funny thing is that the people who were telling me to go and do this were friends of mine, and they're good friends of mine. You know, I love them dearly. But they're mostly friends of mine who, when you go to their house for a barbecue, they enjoy playing their own music for you. You know, so that when you go around, instead of listening to an iTunes shuffle of barbecue music, it's usually a shuffle of their albums. And it's quite interesting and awkward. You go to your friend's house and you listen to their music all day. And I've got quite a few, you'd be surprised the amount of people that do that. Because it's part of an artist's nature, I think, to constantly look for validation, especially in their peers. It only gets awkward when you turn around and say, what the hell is this garbage you've got playing? And that sounds like a joke, but that's an actual true story.